Here's something most people never hear in school. The version of you that exists 5 years from now won't be built by one big decision, one job offer, or one magical opportunity. It'll be built by tiny things you do on boring Tuesdays when nobody's watching. Not your IQ, not your willpower, not your "I'll change my life this year" speech. The quiet stuff. The 5-second choice to reach for water instead of your phone. The one line you write before bed. The 2 minutes you show up even when you don't feel like it. We like to fantasize about huge turning points. But again and again, science keeps saying the same thing. Small, consistent actions don't just add up. They rewire your brain, reshape your identity, and slowly redirect your entire life. In this video, you're getting 10 micro habits. Each takes just a few minutes or less. Each is backed by real research. And if you stack even a few of them, a year from now you'll feel like a different person. Don't try to do all 10 at once. As you listen, notice which habits hit you in the chest. Those are the ones you start with. Let's get into it. Micro habit 1: 10 seconds of morning light. The moment you wake up, your brain is searching for one signal. Is it day or night? That signal isn't your alarm. It's light. Research from Stanford neuroscientist Andrew Huberman and others shows that getting natural light into your eyes within the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking anchors your circadian rhythm, helps regulate cortisol, your stress hormone, and improves nighttime melatonin and sleep quality. You don't have to stand outside for half an hour. 10 seconds at the window is enough to start. Before you reach for your phone, sit up, open the curtains, and actually look outside. Clouds, rain, sun, whatever is there. You're telling your body, it's daytime. Let's run the right program. Over hundreds of mornings, that tiny signal improves energy, focus, and sleep more than yet another motivational quote ever will. Micro habit 2, the 2-glass rule. Your brain is about 75% water. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you're not just sleepy. You're also slightly dehydrated. Studies in journals like Nutrition have shown that even mild dehydration can lower cognitive performance, worsen mood, and increase feelings of fatigue. So before coffee, before email, before anything, drink 2 glasses of water. It takes under a minute. You don't have to overthink it. Keep a glass or bottle by your bed or in the kitchen where you'll see it as soon as you walk in. You'll notice within minutes that your brain feels just a little sharper, your body a little more awake, without needing to drown yourself in caffeine. Micro habit 3, one-line journaling. You don't need a fancy notebook or 30 minutes of morning pages. Psychologist James Pennebaker's work on expressive writing shows that even brief, regular writing about your thoughts and feelings can reduce stress, improve immune function, and increase mental clarity. All you need is 1 sentence a day. It could be something you noticed, a feeling you had, a question you're sitting with. One small win. You're not writing literature. You're just giving your brain a place to put what it's holding. Over months, those one-line entries become a quiet map of your growth. You start seeing patterns. What drains you, what lights you up, what keeps repeating. 10 seconds, 1 sentence, but it slowly changes the story you tell yourself about who you are. Micro habit 4, the 2-minute start. Procrastination feels like a character flaw. It's not. It's often your brain trying to avoid discomfort. Before you start a task, your brain predicts how hard or boring it will be and says, "Not now." Later, that prediction feels heavier than the task itself. A simple hack backed by behavioral psychology. Commit to doing just 2 minutes. 2 minutes of reading. 2 minutes of cleaning. 2 minutes of working on that assignment. James Clear popularized this in Atomic Habits, and the science is clear. Once you begin, your brain's resistance drops. The hardest part is starting. Tell yourself, I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm just doing 2 minutes. Most days, once you're in motion, you'll keep going. On the days you don't, you still taught your brain that you're the kind of person who starts, even when you don't feel like it. That identity shift matters more than finishing one perfect session. Micro habit 5, a single 25-minute focus block. Multitasking sounds productive. In reality, your brain is just switching attention rapidly. Every switch leaves behind what neuroscientists call cognitive residue, a little bit of the last task still running in the background. A well-known study from the University of California, Irvine, found that after an interruption, it can take around 20+ minutes to fully return to deep focus. So each time you glance at your phone, check another tab, or answer a random message, you're slicing your focus into pieces. The micro habit. One 25-minute single task block every day. One task. One tab. Phone in another room or on Do Not Disturb. Set a simple timer for 25 minutes and pick one thing that actually matters. Studying, writing, deep work, learning. That tiny protected block often produces more real progress than 3 messy hours of half working, half scrolling. You're training your brain that, at least once a day, you are capable of real concentration in a noisy world. We've covered 5 micro habits that literally take just a few minutes. Morning light. 2 glasses of water. 1 line journaling. 2-minute starts. A 25-minute deep focus block. Each one is small. Each one is backed by research. In part 2, we'll add 5 more that target your emotions, relationships, and identity, including a meta habit that holds everything together. Micro habit 6, the 2-breath buffer. Most people let their phone decide their mood. A notification buzzes and your nervous system jumps before you even know what it is. Email, message, news alert. Your brain goes straight from calm to react. Neuroscience research on the prefrontal cortex, your rational, decision-making part, shows that even a tiny pause between stimulus and response can keep you out of fight or flight and in clear thinking. So your micro habit is simple. Before you open any notification, take 2 slow breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, a little longer than the inhale. That's it. You see the banner, you feel the buzz, and instead of tapping instantly, you buy yourself 5 seconds of control. In those 5 seconds, your heart rate drops a little, your prefrontal cortex wakes up, and you're far more likely to reply thoughtfully, not overreact, or decide that you actually don't need to answer right now. You'll send fewer messages you regret and feel less like your phone owns you. 2 breaths. Micro pause. Macro difference. Micro habit 7. 1 genuine compliment. Your brain isn't just wired for survival. It's wired for connection. Psychologist Barbara Fredrickson's work on positive emotions shows that small moments of genuine appreciation create what she calls upward spirals, tiny boosts in mood and connection that build on each other. So once a day, aim for 1 real, specific compliment. Not nice job. Something like, I noticed how patient you were in that meeting. That helped a lot. The way you explained that to me made it much clearer. I really appreciate how consistent you've been with this. 3 things happen. The other person feels seen instead of just tolerated. Your brain starts scanning the world for what's good, not just what's wrong. Relationships around you get 1% stronger every day. It costs you 10 seconds and a bit of attention. Over months, it quietly changes the atmosphere of your life. Micro habit 8, the assumption check. One of the fastest ways to ruin a relationship with a partner, friend, or coworker is to live entirely in your own story about what they're thinking. We all do it. She didn't reply. She must be mad. He looks quiet. He probably thinks I'm stupid. A large meta-analysis in psychological science showed that we dramatically overestimate our ability to read other people's minds. The micro habit. Once a day, catch yourself making an assumption and ask instead, hey, how are you actually feeling about this? You went quiet. What's on your mind? I noticed you seemed off earlier. Is everything okay? Most of the time, you'll find out your scary story was wrong. Instead of letting resentment and anxiety grow in your head, you replace it with real information. Less drama, more truth. 1 honest question a day is enough to save you from dozens of imaginary arguments. Micro habit 9, the gratitude anchor. Be grateful sounds nice. Write a list of 10 things every day sounds exhausting. But we know from brain imaging studies that real gratitude activates areas linked to reward and emotional regulation and reduces anxiety and depressive symptoms over time. The trick is to make it automatic. Pick something you already do every day. Making coffee, brushing your teeth, sitting down at your desk, turning off your light at night. Then, every time you do that thing, you quietly name one specific thing you're grateful for. Not a big performance. Just, I'm glad I got to talk to my friend today. I'm grateful my body carried me through this day. I'm thankful I have a place to sleep. 1 cue, 1 gratitude. After a few weeks, your brain starts to associate that action with a calmer state, and gratitude stops being a task and becomes a reflex. You're literally training your mind to notice that your life is not only stress and problems. Micro habit 10, never hit 0. This is the habit that holds all the others together. No matter how motivated you are right now, there will be days when everything falls apart. You're sick. You're traveling. You had a terrible day at work. Your mental health dips. On those days, most people do this. I'll start again tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into, I used to do that. The never hit zero rule is different. For your key habits, the ones that matter most to you, your only commitment is, on your worst days, do the tiniest possible version. If your habit is 25 minutes of reading, your zero break is 1 page. If your habit is exercise, your minimum is 1 push-up or 1 stretch. If your habit is writing, your minimum is 1 sentence. You're not doing it for fitness or knowledge on those days. You're doing it for identity. You're telling your brain, even on my bad days, this is still who I am. And that identity is what makes it 10x easier to come back strong when life calms down. Putting it all together. So, here are your 10 micro habits. 10 seconds of morning light. 2 glasses of water. 1 line journaling. 2-minute starts. 1 25-minute focus block. 2 breath buffer before notifications. 1 genuine compliment. 1 assumption check. A gratitude anchor. Never hit zero. None of them are dramatic. None of them will impress anyone on social media. That's the point. Your brain doesn't need grand gestures. It needs consistent signals. This is what we do here now. Every time you repeat a micro habit, you're not just changing your day. You're laying down another microscopic layer of who you're becoming. The person you'll be a year from now is being built quietly. When you turn toward the window instead of your phone. When you ask 1 real question instead of assuming. When you do 1 tiny rep instead of hitting 0. Don't try to install all 10 at once. Pick 2 or 3 that hit you hardest. Do them for a week. Then add 1 more. Stack them slowly, the way you'd build anything you actually want to last. Transformation is not 1 big decision. It's the small decision you make today, and then again tomorrow, even when nobody is clapping for you yet. If this gave you something to think about, keep it open in the back of your mind as you go through your day and ask yourself, what's 1 micro habit I can start right now? Then do it. Start small. And don't stop.